Hi guys, Suzanne here. Today I will explain you about Deep Impact. Deep Impact is a 1998 American science fiction disaster film directed by Mimi Leder in May 1998. At a star party, teenage amateur astronomer Leo Beiderman observes an unidentified object in the night sky. He sends a picture to astronomer Dr. Marcus Wolf, who realizes it is a comet on collision course with Earth. Wolf dies in a car crash while racing to raise the alarm. A year later, journalist Jenny Lerner investigates Secretary of the Treasury Alan Rittenhouse over his connection with Ellie, whom she assumes to be a mistress. She is apprehended by the FBI and taken to meet President Tom Beck, who persuades her not to share the story in return for a prominent role in the press conference he will arrange. She subsequently discovers that Ellie is actually an acronym, ELE, which stands for Extinction Level Event. 2 days later, Beck announces that the comet Wolf-Beiderman is on course to impact the Earth in roughly 1 year and could cause humanity's extinction. He reveals that the United States and Russia have been constructing the Messiah in orbit, a spacecraft to transport a team to alter the comet's path with nuclear bombs. The Messiah launches a short time later with a crew of 5 American astronauts and 1 Russian cosmonaut. They land on the comet's surface and drill the nuclear bombs deep beneath its surface, but the comet shifts into the sunlight. Consequently, 1 astronaut is blinded and another propelled into space by an explosive release of gas. The remaining crew escape the comet and detonate the bombs rather than deflect the comet. The bombs split it in two. Beck announces the mission's failure in a television address, and that both pieces, the larger now named Wolf and the smaller named Beiderman, are both still headed for Earth. Martial law is imposed and a lottery selects 800,000 Americans to join 200,000 pre-selected individuals in underground shelters in the Merrimack Caverns in Missouri. Lerner is pre-selected, as are the Beiderman family as gratitude for discovering the comet, though Leo's girlfriend Sarah and her family are not selected. Leo marries Sarah in a vain attempt to save her family. While this saves Sarah, her family are still not selected, and she refuses to go without them. A last-ditch effort to deflect the comets with ICBMs fails. Upon arrival at the shelter, Leo eschews his safety and leaves to find Sarah. He reaches her on the freeway and takes her and her baby brother to high ground while her parents remain. Lerner gives up her seat on the evacuation helicopter, and instead travels to the beach where she reconciles with her estranged father. The Beiderman fragment hits the Atlantic Ocean, creating a megatsunami that destroys much of the east coast of the United States and also hits Europe and Africa, resulting in millions of fatalities, including Sarah's parents, Lerner and her father. Leo, Sarah, and her baby brother survive after making it to the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. The crew of Messiah decide to sacrifice themselves to destroy the larger Wolf fragment by flying deep inside it and detonating their remaining nuclear bombs. They say goodbye to their loved ones and execute their plan. Wolf is blown into smaller pieces which burn up harmlessly in the Earth's atmosphere after the waters recede. President Beck speaks to a large crowd at the damaged United States Capitol, encouraging them to remember those lost as they begin to rebuild.